Hey guys, it's Dylan from DS Mini Builds, and today I've got a nice Aoshima kit build for you. Specifically, it is the Keisuke Takahashi RX-7 FD3S Stage 4 from the manga and anime Initial D. As some of you may have noticed from the box, this is a pre-painted kit, and I'll get into why I decided to go with a pre-painted kit rather than an unpainted one later in the video. I first discovered this kit from a June's Mini Garage video, and I thought that it was really cool. I didn't know that you could get pre-painted kits, so when I discovered that, I was actually quite happy because I, at the time of building this kit, still did not have an airbrush, and so I really wanted to build a car. However, hand painting it would have been quite difficult to get a really nice finish, and knowing myself, I would not have been happy if I had brush painted it and then you could see brush strokes and a couple other things. So I decided that it was probably best for me to get a pre-painted kit, and so I hopped on over to eBay, and well, before eBay actually, I had checked online, and this specific kit in the UK you can get for around like close to 60-100 pounds. It depends where you find it from. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe that's a bit too much, and I'm not going to be able to afford that. But then I was doing some digging around and remembered that Facebook is a great place. And I was looking through there, I was looking through some posts on there, seeing if anyone else had built it. Nothing on there. And so I remembered, oh hey, there's eBay. And on eBay, I remember seeing that a lot of kits would have some really good prices compared to if you wanted to buy it new, and this would be even for just any kit. You can really get some great deals at eBay, and I'd really recommend that you guys check it out, because in the end I think I only paid like £26 for this, which is a really good price compared to what I would have paid if I went for a website. Like most of the modeling shops would have sold it for a much higher price. Thing is, it was a completely new kit as well, so I didn't have any issues with being used, tampered with. The box was sealed, so I'm not sure how, but I found an amazing deal with this. And yeah, I think that if you guys have any kits that you really want, but they can be a bit expensive, I definitely would recommend to check out eBay, because yeah, you can find some amazing deals on there. So why was I interested in this car? Reason being, I watched Initial D, the anime. I never read the manga, although I have wanted to in the past, but I probably won't be doing that anytime soon now. But yeah, I did watch the anime until like maybe the third, maybe the fourth season. I can't remember because it was a couple years ago. And being quite passionate about cars and so on, it was kind of something I was really interested in watching. And so I watched it and everything. And yeah, I remember one of the cars that really stood out to me was that beautiful yellow RX-7. And it really kind of stuck with me, and I remember then on YouTube seeing the video from June Mini Garage, who had this specific kit, and he built it, and I saw there was a pre-painted kit, and so I thought, hey, you know what, that would be like kind of perfect as a first car kit for me, because it was pre-painted and the finish looked really good, at least in the video. And I'll get into how it actually is in person later on. But yeah, if I need to give you guys like an early kind of, do I recommend it? Yeah, overall, it's a great kit, and you know, working with it, it was really good. So as you can see in the background right now in the video, I'm assembling part of this is the like front axle, and something really cool about this kit, which I was not aware of, was that the wheels turn, and there was like a whole mechanism that you saw me building here of how that works, and yeah, it's really cool and it works perfectly. Although, yeah, I think that's the part that you see on the top of the screen now. Here I'm working on the rear axle, and these shock absorbers, as you can see, they're a bit difficult to get in at first, but, you know, eventually they went in, and using the Tamiya Cement worked well. Something to bear in mind, because this is a pre-painted kit, you're going to have to scrape off some of the paint at times, which you'll see me do with various tools, either with my tweezers, if it's, you know, small areas such as I was doing before, where the shock absorbers go, or you'll see me use my hobby knife, or even try to like sand the paint down. You kind of gotta experiment with what's best, but I'm sure you'll find something that works. But yeah, you can't really apply the cement onto the painted parts because it just won't adhere very well. I would like to mention that halfway through the video you might notice that the quality of the video changes quite a lot. That is because I decided to try using my GoPro for recording, and what you're seeing now is my phone, and it looks really good actually, and I thought that the GoPro was going to be pretty good as well. Reason being that I wanted to switch is because my phone kept running out of space and I couldn't keep recording. So it was a bit of an issue, although, you know, it kind of sorted itself out later. So for like a portion in the middle, the quality is going to be not the greatest, because it's going to be quite noisy, unfortunately, and I wish there was something I could do about that, but I thought that the GoPro would actually have a alright quality, but it didn't. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that if the quality does get worse, which it will, but right after it will go back to the better quality that you're seeing now, which is my phone. So as you can see on the video, I've essentially completed the bottom half of the car. I just have to mount the exhaust, and now I'm working on the wheels, and it uses these polycaps that go into the middle of the rims, and I believe this is what actually makes it so that you can turn the wheels. So yeah, the wheels do actually spin if you want to roll it around. At first I found that only one of them was kind of like spinning nicely, the rest weren't, and eventually I managed to kind of get it working, and yeah, getting the tires on here was pretty easy. You'll see in a moment, one thing to keep in mind, and it does tell you in the instructions, is the direction of the tread does matter for how it's supposed to be going forward and going back, and it is something to keep in mind because otherwise the tread will be the wrong direction. As you can see in the video here, I'm just fitting the exhaust. I was dry fitting, which is something that I definitely recommend doing before you apply cement. Just because with it being pre-painted, the cement does kind of like burn completely through it and like melt the paint, so really make sure you know where you're putting the pieces by doing dry fitting before you commit to using cement, because it can really ruin it, which does happen when I'm mounting the mirrors, which you'll see later on in the video. You don't notice it because I kind of fix it up, but to fix it up, I'm essentially like scraping away some of the paint on the top layer, and if you like look really closely in person, you can kind of tell, and I kind of ruined that area, but it's quite small and it's not too noticeable, so I'm alright with it. Finishing with mounting the wheels here, you can see I'm applying a bit of force, but eventually they do kind of just go on. Although as you can see there, I actually ended up putting the wheel on the wrong side, and that's because of what I was talking about before with the tread, where it's specific, otherwise yeah, it just won't be right, and that's something to bear in mind if you're going to be building this kit. I would like to mention that if you guys are interested in where I get all of my tools from that you can see that I use in this video, the majority of these I purchase from my local shop, Antics Models in Bristol. I am in no way affiliated with them, however they are essentially my local shop, and they have a lot of great stuff, and if you guys are in the area, yeah, definitely go check it out, because it's really good. Here we start to finally apply some decals, working on the interior of the vehicle. As you can see, I'm using micro set. I like using micro set and micro sol to soften the decals, and it really kind of helps to let them adhere. I apply first to the surface that I'm going to be applying the decal, and here you see I was having a bit of difficulties to actually get the decal on, so slip it onto the finger and then get it back in position, and it's a good trick, it works. Maybe with like some decals, like really small ones, it might be a bit harder. But as you can see here, I'm just kind of poking it in the right direction with my tweezers. I'm not applying too much force, because if you do, it can damage the decals, so you're going to want to be a bit careful. Don't be too strong, but you can put a bit of force. Once you have finished applying the decals, as you can see, I went to get a bit more of the micro set and applied it over. So as you can see now, the quality of the video has changed a bit, and again, I'm really sorry about that. But I'm going to be switching to the micro sol now in the red bottle, which I've let the decal sit for about half an hour, and then I'm applying now the micro sol on top. Get confused. I would like to ask, if you guys are enjoying the video, if you could please drop a like. It could really help boost this video and let more people see it. And if you'd be kind enough to subscribe, that would be really cool, as it will help my channel grow, and it will allow me to keep making these videos for you guys and keep getting kits and building them. As you can see here, the majority of the inside is already built. The kit doesn't come like this. Everything is kind of separated. The problem was, I'm not sure what happened, but I think the GoPro overheated a couple times, and so a couple of the things I just completely missed it, and so there is no footage for them, unfortunately. But I mean, overall it was a pretty simple construction. All of the parts just need a bit of paint scraped off, and then you just cement them in. And as you can see here, I'm just cementing the whole of the inside to the actual chassis. Overall, I've got to give props to Aoshima. The fit of the parts is very positive. They don't, well, the majority do kind of like almost snap into position. It's not like extremely good fit. Some of the parts did need a tiny bit of work, but you know, that's kind of expected. But overall, yeah, the fit was great. I didn't really have an issue with most of the parts. There is maybe the bumper, which you'll see later on. It was mostly just an issue with fit, where there was a slight gap between the fenders and the bumper. But from what I've heard, that's a problem with Aoshima kits universally, and because it was pre-painted, I didn't want to get the putty out and sculpt the hole to cover it, and I didn't have the paint, so I just said, you know, I'll leave it, and I can use an excuse that, you know, it's maybe after one of the drifting stints, it got slightly damaged and started pulling away, and so some repairs maybe needed to get done, you know, something like that, I guess, could justify. There you could see the main chassis, well, I'm sorry, the outside of the car. is all in one nice mod, except from the bumper, and I installed the clear parts for the inside again. Overall, the paint is a great job. As you can see, the inside trim of the glass for the inside, so for the front and rear windows, is done in the black, and it's really nicely done. Here I'm applying some of the clear parts, which again come painted very nicely, just dry fitting, making sure it's the right way. And here I'm using some of the Ammo Ultra glue, which is a PVA glue. Some really great stuff. You know, PVA glue, especially when your part's already painted, it can be really useful if you don't want to make a mess of the painted parts. And that's because you can kind of just clean it away with water. There with the toothpick, I'm just making sure that everything's in nicely and secure, and yeah, those won't be coming out anytime soon. One thing I would like to mention, which, you know, is a bit annoying, considering it's a pre-painted kit, so, you know, assuming that you won't have the paints to repaint, and realistically you're not going to want to repaint if you're getting a pre-painted kit, and that's that the front bumper is a slightly darker shade of yellow, or it's almost like it's a more, like, it has slightly more contrast, so yeah, it's a bit darker than the rest of the body, which is just it's a small thing, and you kind of notice it in person. In the video and the pictures that will be at the end, I think it's very unnoticeable. And it's not something that by looking at a picture you'll say, oh yeah, the color of the bumper is different. I have no idea if this is a problem with the specific kit I had, or if it's a universal thing with this specific kit. But yeah, if any of you guys have built this, please do let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if you guys also experienced that issue. Another thing with the front bumper is it had some like very fine black lines that almost look like scratches, like the front part. Again, I don't think you can notice them in person. Sorry, you don't notice them on camera as much, or if, you know, at all, because even in the pictures that I took at the end with all the, you know, good lighting and a white background, yeah, you don't notice it. However, in person you do, just because, you know, it's in person you can get kind of really close to it and look at all the details. And, you know, if I need to be honest, there's a lot of things that I messed up on this, which I'll touch on when it comes up in the video. And here you can see we have now got the nicer looking video again. So again, sorry, excuse me about the poor quality before. Getting these headlights in, it was a struggle a bit, just because they have a very secure fit. So like once they're in, it's very hard to get them out. They are like not going out again. And here I'm just kind of test fitting the front bumper and trying to like figure out if I should put the headlight glass on now or later. I believe I end up deciding that I'm just going to take the bumper off and put the glass on, and then apply the bumper again at the end. But yeah, this is just some of your usual dry fitting, and here you go. As you can see, I'm now applying some cement and cementing down these parts. One thing, a mistake I made here is with the parts here that are pre-painted, as you can see there, on the other headlight glass, I tried to scrape off the paint, which was really stupid of me because it's a clear part and you will see it on the other side, and I didn't like the way that looked. So as you can see, I ended up using the other supplied headlight glass, which luckily there is another one of. It's slightly different, where it has like a separation for the two bulbs in the headlight, but I actually end up liking the way it is, and I can't remember in the anime which one he has on. This is one of the issues I was talking about before, where I had to scrape away some of the paint. So applying these side mirrors was incredibly painful for me, because they just kept coming off and off and off, and I think I had to like put them on and off a good amount of times before like they finally got on the last time. Here again you can see I'm just scraping away the paint so that I can cement the other wing mirror on. And you might be able to notice there on the left that the left side, well, on the left side, the wing mirror is about to fall off, and yeah, that was kind of an issue I was dealing with constantly, and it was a bit annoying, but eventually they stayed on. And yeah, here, you know, the car's getting there. It's looking good. It's taking shape, really. And now we can finally put on the front bumper, which, to be honest, probably didn't need cement, because the fit was really good, and it honestly felt like once it's on, it's not coming off. But I thought, you know what, why not cement it and really keep it secure? And yeah, I think it's looking really good here. And I mean, the exterior shell of the car is essentially done. You can see here now we're already working on the wing, so we are almost done with the build, funny enough. I think it took me about a week, maybe a week and a half to complete this build. I posted all the updates and like build progress of it on my Instagram, which I invite you guys to check out. The link is in the description. I'll be posting a lot of my updates and the progress on all the builds that I'm doing. You guys can message me, anything like that. Yeah, my Instagram will be down in the description for you guys. Later on you'll see that to apply this rear wing, I end up using the PVA because I was just too scared to use the cement, because if it went wrong and I started smudging the paint around, that was going to be a very like ugly issue. It was going to like really ruin the rear, so I thought, yeah, I'm just not going to attempt the cement, and ended up using the Ammo Ultra Glue PVA. Here we are now building up. If I'm not mistaken, this is like the rear diffuser. The details, it's pretty good. I'm not sure if it like the diffuser in real life for the body kit. I'll be honest, I don't actually know what body kit this is supposed to be, but it does seem like a rather like flat diffuser, but that might be the case. You know, maybe this is just, it's more aesthetic rather than like actually performance, you know, kind of thing. But you know, it looks good after all. The paint finish again is really nice. Here I'm just mounting the plate reader on the back. As you can see, it has some pretty nice locating pins, and yeah, it went on really nicely. In the end, I decided to put on the initial D like number plate. That was not my plan from the start. I actually planned to have the Aoshima website. They have a thing where you can make custom plates, and I wanted to make like a really nice Okinawa one where like it's got the palms and it's a really nice number plate. I was gonna do one of those, but for some reason I just could not print it out. I was getting issues over and over again, so I said whatever, and ended up putting the initial D one. But eventually one day I do hope that I can make another Aoshima build, or even just, well, any other car build, and add one of those number plates, just to really add another dimension to the realism. Earlier in the build I actually forgot that this was like a previous step, which I was looking at the sprue and I noticed that these like side lights for the fenders were missing, and I was like, hold up, those go on somewhere. And so I went to check, and yeah, I had missed a step to get those in. And as you can see now, we are essentially wrapping up the build. We are getting the chassis, and you can see me shaking it just to make sure that it's all in well, and yeah, it fit really nicely. here we are putting on that diffuser that I was talking about before that we were building, and here is the PVA glue that we will be using, and not the Tamiya Cement. As much as I love Tamiya Cement, for parts that are painted, I just do not want to risk it. So a good amount of the PVA, you know, I don't mind having a bit more of it on, just because, you know, as I said before, you can clean this stuff off with a toothpick and some water. Just, you know, dip the toothpick in water and you're good to go. Now, something that I would really like Aoshima to do for future builds is to have some either locating pins or just some kind of marking for you to get the spoiler on the right way, just because there's no way to tell if you put it on correctly. And as you can see there, as I was trying to clean off some of the excess, I accidentally knocked the spoiler, so I just made sure to readjust that and get it all looking nicely again. But yeah, as I was saying, it would be nice to have some type of locating pins or just something, you know, to guide you, because you're really going in blind, and if your hands are not steady, it's gonna be very easy to accidentally get it on the wrong way. But, you know, then again, using the PVA, again, really helps it. You can move it around a bit if you need, and it won't destroy the paint. So, yeah, that's all good. Here, we're using the usual micro set to allow the decal to conform. I mean, realistically, it's a flat surface, so it will be fine with that anyway. But yeah, you put some of your micro set down, and I will apply the microsol after this as well. Here we are now cutting the RX-7 logo. It's a very small decal, but it again adds to the realism. I always think, like, even on plain kits, the small decals, they can make all the difference. Like, they might be small, but they really are not insignificant, because they can change the look quite a lot. I mean, on a car kit, having the badge is probably quite important. You're not going to want to miss that step. And yeah, here again, I'm just using the micro set to soften the decal, make sure it goes on there nicely and has that painted on look that we all like. And finally, here I'm applying the decal for the actual RX-7 logo. There are like almost 2 versions of every decal in this kit. You have a white background and a black background. And here, as I was saying before, you have the micro sole that I'll apply on top to just, you know, again, help conform the decals, make them look more painted on. Talking about the decals, yeah, I was saying there is a like white background version. I opted to go with the black background just because the whole theme of the car is black and yellow, so using the black background, I thought that it would probably look better than the white, and yeah, I think I probably made the right choice. But again, if you guys get this kit, you guys can do whatever you want. After all, it's your kit, it's your build. And with the micro sole now on there, the kit is finished. Here you can enjoy some beautiful pictures of the build. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like, please subscribe, and help the channel grow. Share the video as well if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time.